The Administrator, a title that evokes both awe and fear within the SCP Foundation. This figure, often mentioned but rarely seen, is believed to be the guiding force behind the Foundation's operations. Their true identity, origins, and extent of their powers remain a topic of intense speculation among both personnel and scholars. Among the theories, one suggests the Administrator possesses an anomalous longevity, perhaps even immortality. Another proposes they are an SCP entity, gifted or cursed with extraordinary knowledge and power. There are also whispers of the Administrator being not one, but a succession of individuals, each taking up the mantle to guide the Foundation's secretive and morally complex operations. Within the myriad of proposals for SCP-001, the Factory stands out with its dark, industrial horrors. The Factory is more than a location. It's an entity that predates the SCP Foundation itself. Originating in the early 20th century, it was a site of unspeakable atrocities and anomalous production, where the line between machine and living being was blurred in the most horrific ways. In the secretive and often perilous world of the SCP Foundation, the figure known as the Administrator stood as an enigmatic and formidable presence. This tale delves into a pivotal moment in the history of the Foundation, where the Administrator's involvement with SCP-001, the Factory, becomes a defining chapter in the clandestine organization's ongoing battle against the supernatural and the unknown. The Administrator, whose real name and origins were shrouded in mystery, was known for his unwavering dedication to the SCP Foundation's cause: secure, contain, protect. He was a master strategist, a keeper of secrets, and a leader who made decisions that weighed heavily on his conscience. Years before the story unfolds, the Administrator had come across fragmented reports of an anomalous entity, dubbed SCP-001. However, this was not just any anomaly, it was the Factory, an industrial complex of seemingly infinite size, known for producing items of a dangerous and often incomprehensible nature. The discovery of the Factory came at a great cost. An entire MTF unit was lost during the initial reconnaissance mission. What they found within the walls of the Factory were horrors beyond imagination. Machines that twisted the laws of physics, products that defied logic, and creatures that were neither machine nor flesh. The Administrator, upon reviewing the reports, realized the immense threat posed by SCP-001. It wasn't just an anomaly. It was a factory of anomalies, each potentially catastrophic if released into the world. Faced with an unprecedented threat, the Administrator made a controversial decision. Instead of destroying SCP-001, he proposed integrating it into the SCP Foundation's operations. His reasoning was strategic and coldly pragmatic. By controlling the Factory, the Foundation could potentially harness its anomalous production capabilities for their benefit, or at the very least, prevent its horrors from falling into the wrong hands. This decision was met with internal conflict within the Foundation, with some viewing it as a necessary evil, while others saw it as a dangerous compromise of their very mission. An operation was launched to infiltrate and control SCP-001. The Administrator himself led the mission, a testament to the gravity of the situation. The team included the Foundation's best researchers, engineers, and containment specialists, all handpicked by the Administrator. As they ventured deeper into the Factory, they encountered the inexplicable and the grotesque. Rooms that defied geometry, machines that seemed to be alive, and products that toyed with human perception. Despite the horrors, the Administrator pushed the team forward, driven by a mix of fear, curiosity, and a heavy sense of responsibility. The climax of the mission came when the Administrator and his team discovered the core of the Factory. It was not just a physical space, but a nexus of otherworldly energy, a source of the anomalies produced within its walls. Here, the Administrator made yet another critical decision. Instead of harnessing or destroying the core, he chose to contain it in a way that rendered the Factory dormant. This act was a monumental feat of containment, blending technology, thaumaturgy, and sheer willpower. The mission's success marked a significant victory for the Foundation, but it came with a lasting impact on the administrator. He became more reclusive, burdened by the knowledge of what lay within the factory and the choices he had to make. SCP-001, the factory, remained under the Foundation's watchful eye, a silent testament to the thin line the organization walked between protecting humanity and the untold dangers that lurked in the shadows. This story of the Administrator and SCP-001 became a legend within the Foundation, a reminder of the sacrifices and decisions that lay at the heart of their never-ending mission to secure, contain, and protect. What makes this story gripping is the Administrator's decision. Instead of seeking to destroy the factory, a seemingly impossible task given its nature and influence, the Administrator saw an opportunity. They proposed a truce, a deal with the factory. In exchange for ceasing its mass production of horrors, the factory would provide a select number of anomalies to the Administrator. This was the birth of the SCP Foundation as we know it, an organization built on containing and understanding the anomalous, a direct response to the existence of the factory. This decision was fraught with moral ambiguity. By striking this deal, the Administrator essentially accepted the existence of the factory and its past atrocities. But, in doing so, they gained the means to protect humanity from further anomalous threats. It was a choice between two evils, and the Administrator chose what they believed was the lesser for the greater good. The legacy of this decision is a core part of the SCP Foundation's history. It's a reminder of the dark origins from which the organization emerged and the complex nature of the man known as the Administrator. This figure, shrouded in mystery and moral complexity, represents the very essence of what the SCP Foundation stands for: the protection of humanity, often from threats it cannot begin to understand, and sometimes from the consequences of its own actions. What's your interpretation of the Administrator? A necessary figure in a world of anomalies or a symbol of moral ambiguity? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments. If you're captivated by the mysteries of the SCP universe, hit like, subscribe, and join us for more explorations into the unknown.